right now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.
Friends, the question says, who among the following topped the Bloomberg Billionaires Index for 2021? So it's Bloomberg releasing Billionaires Index daily in the world's top billionaires list. So for the year 2021, who among the top? Now we'll try to see the options. The options are A. Jeff Bezos, he is Amazon CEO, and B. Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook, and Elon Musk, C, and D. Bill Gates. E, none of these. Now here the right answer is Jeff Bezos, CEO of Amazon. So his net worth is 184.6 billion US dollars. 184 billion US dollars. So he is the top billionaire in the Bloomberg index for the year 2021. So when come to Bloomberg, it is a media group. So this Bloomberg Billionaires Index, it is a daily ranking of world's billionaires published by this Bloomberg News. So since 2012, this Bloomberg News releasing this billionaires list. So when comes to Bloomberg CEO, so Bloomberg CEO name is Mike Bloomberg. Mike Bloomberg. The headquarters of this Bloomberg, it is in New York, United States. So when comes to this billionaire, Bloomberg billionaire top. So Jeff Bezos, he became the top billionaire in the world's billionaires. So Jeff Bezos is CEO of Amazon. Now moving on to next question. The question says, Reserve Bank of India has launched a Digital Payments Index, DPI. We'll call it as DPI. So this abbreviation you need to remember in upcoming examinations. What is mean by DPI, like that they will ask. So abbreviation of DPI. So DPI means Digital Payments Index. So when it comes to this question, RBI has launched this DPI to capture the extent of digitization of digital electronic payments in India. So RBI to capture the extent of digitization of this digital electronic payments in India. So the question is, the index comprises of how many parameters? So this digital payment index, RBI made some parameters to comprise this index. So here the question is, the index comprises how many parameters? We'll see the options. The options are A 4 parameters, B 5 parameters, C 7, D 10, and E none of these. So the index comprises 5 broad parameters. So the right answer is B 5. So this RBI has launched this digital payment index DPI to capture the extent of digitization of these digital transactions across the country. So this RBI digital payment index has 5 broad parameters. We'll see what are those 5 parameters. The first one is payment enabler, and second one is payment infrastructure, that is demand side factor, and third one is payment infrastructure, that is supply side factor, and fourth one is payment performance, and last one is fifth one, that is consumer centricity. I'll repeat once again that 5 broad parameters. First one is payment enabler. So payment enabler, and second one is payment infrastructure, that to demand side factor, and third one is payment infrastructure, that is supply side factor, and fourth one is payment performance, and fifth one is consumer centricity. So these are the 5 broad parameters to capture the extent of digitization of this electronic payments in India. Now moving on next question. The question says, the RBI has introduced the legal entity identifier, LEI, legal entity identifier. So the name itself saying they are identifier. So legally they will identify the transactions. For what? For all RTGS and NEFT payment transactions made by entities, so made by companies, banks or financial institutions, for the value of rupees dash and above. So simply RBI has introduced a certain legal entity identifier. So this identifier will identify the transactions of which value and above, what value and above, for all RTGS and NEFT payment. So we'll see the options. The options are A 1 crore, B 10 crore, C 20 crore, D 50 crores, and E none of these. So your right answer is D 50 crore. The Reserve Bank of India has introduced legal entity identifier for all payment transactions of value 50 crore and above undertaken by these financial companies or individuals via that payments via RTGS and NEFT payment transactions. Okay, that answer is option D, 50 crore and above. 50 crore and above RTGS and NEFT payment transactions. For these transactions, RBI has introduced this legal entity identifier. So this legal entity identifier will monitor the transaction and that individual company or entities. Now moving on next question, the question says, which bank has recently collaborated with Google Pay to issue FASTag to users digitally? Which bank has recently collaborated with this Google Pay to issue FASTag to users digitally? So recently Government of India made FASTag is mandatory from the 1st January onwards. No? So we'll see the options. The options are A. Federal Bank, B. Axis Bank, C. ICICI Bank, D. Citibank. In none of these. This private sector lender ICICI Bank. So the options right answer is option C, that is ICICI Bank. Yes, this private sector lender ICICI Bank has collaborated with payment app that Google Pay. So ICICI Bank has collaborated with Google Pay to issue this FASTag to users digitally. So this partnership will allow users to order, track and recharge their ICICI Bank FASTag digitally through the UPI on Google Pay itself, and the ICICI Bank is the first bank to partner with Google Pay for issuing these FASTags, that too digitally. So here the right answer is ICICI Bank. So simply ICICI Bank has partnered with Google Pay to issue FASTag digitally in first time in India. So this partnership is the first partnership regarding this FASTags. Now moving on next question. Friends, you can follow our channel in social platforms like Telegram, Facebook and Instagram. These links I have provided in description section. The question says, which bank has announced to acquire 9.09% stake in EdTech platform My Classboard Education Solutions Private Limited, MEPL? I'll repeat the question once again. Which bank has announced to acquire 9.09% stake in EdTech platform My Classboard Education Solutions Private Limited, MESPL? We'll see the options. The options are A. ICICI Bank, B. Union Bank of India, C. Punjab National Bank PNB, and D. Canara Bank. In none of these. So here the right answer is option A, ICICI Bank. So for this question also, answer is ICICI Bank. This private sector lender ICICI Bank has announced to acquire 9.09% stake in education technology platform. That platform name is My Classboard Education Solutions Private Limited. So that platform, that company name is My Classboard Education Solutions Private Limited, MESPL, for the around cash value is 4.5 crores. So the 9.09% stake, it is equal to cash value of 4.5 crores. So here the ICICI Bank has partnered with this My Classboard Education Solutions Private Limited. Now moving on next question. The question says, name the first urban cooperative bank of India to receive license from RBI to transition to small finance bank. So it's simply which urban cooperative bank had transformed into small finance bank soon, that permission, that license is given by RBI. We'll see the options. The options are A. Mahesh Cooperative Bank, B. New India Cooperative Bank, C. Shivalik Mercantile Cooperative Bank, D. Vijay Cooperative Bank. So here the right answer is option C, Shivalik Mercantile Cooperative Bank. This UP based, this Uttar Pradesh based, this Shivalik Mercantile Cooperative Bank has become the first urban cooperative bank in India to receive license from Reserve Bank of India to operate as a small finance bank. So most important question in upcoming examination, that is now about RBI, VPS and other bank and financial exams. So they will ask simply which cooperative bank, the cooperative bank name who got license from RBI to transition to small finance bank. So like when question asks like that, means you have to give simply Shivalik Mercantile Cooperative Bank. In interview also this question may ask. So you have to prepare thoroughly. So Shivalik Mercantile Cooperative Bank, it is a UP based urban cooperative bank. That too urban cooperative bank. So this bank has got the license to operate as small finance bank. SFB. Now the next question says, who will head the College of Supervisors? Who will head the College of Supervisors formed by RBI, formed by Reserve Bank of India to further strengthen supervision over regulated entities? I'll repeat question once again. Who will be the head of the College of Supervisors formed by RBI to further strengthen supervision over regulated entities? So the options are A. M.K. Jain, B. N.S. Vishwanathan, C. Viral Acharya, D. Raghuram Rajan. In none of these. The RBI has set up an academic advisory council. That council name we'll call it as this College of Supervisors. So this College of Supervisor to further strengthen the supervision over regulated entities. So this College of Supervisors will be headed by our former Deputy Governor N.S. Vishwanathan. So the answer is B. Option B is the right answer. N.S. Vishwanathan. He is the former Deputy Governor of Reserve Bank of India. So he is the head of this College Supervisor Academic Advisory Council. So he will have and also in this group also having 5 other members. So for this group, N.S. Vishwanathan is the head of this College of Supervisors. Now moving on, next question. The question says, which asset management company, so which mutual fund company, which asset management company has launched the investor awareness campaign? That campaign title is Paisanko Rokomat. Paisanko Rokomat. We'll see the options. The options are A. SBI Mutual Fund, B. HDFC Mutual Fund, C. Sundaram Mutual Fund, D. IDFC Mutual Fund. In none of these. So this Paisanko Rokmat, this is the that campaign title name. So which asset management company has launched this investor awareness campaign? Here right answer is option D, IDFC Mutual Fund. So IDFC Mutual Fund has launched its latest this Pan India investor awareness campaign. So that campaign name they titled given hash Paisanko Rokomat. Now moving on, next question. The question says, friends, you can follow our channel in social platforms like Telegram, Facebook and Instagram. These links I have provided in description section. The legal entity identifier LEI is a dash digit number, and the legal entity identifier India Limited is a wholly owned subsidiary of dash. So in last question we read regarding this legal entity identifier for RTGS and NEFT transactions, RBI made this company as we said is 50 crore and above all RTGS and NEFT transactions is managed by this legal entity identifier. So the question is that legal entity identifier is a how many digit number, and also that legal entity identifier India Limited is wholly owned subsidiary of which financial organization. So we'll see the options. The options are A. 20 digit number and the owned subsidy and the wholly owned subsidy of CCIL, and option B 18 digit number, it is SEBI, and C 15 digit number CCIL, and D 12 digit number RBI. E none of these. Here the right answer is option A. So that legal entity identifier, it is a 20 digit number, and this legal entity identifier India Limited LEIL, it is a wholly owned subsidiary of CCIL. CCIL, its abbreviation is Clearing Corporation of India Limited. Clearing Corporation of India Limited. So this legal entity identifier is a 20 digit number used to uniquely identify the parties to financial transactions worldwide. That is sender to that beneficiary. This is a 20 digit a unique identifier parties number. So this LEI, this legal entity identifier, can be obtained from legal entity identifier India Limited. That is wholly owned subsidiary of CCIL, that is Clearing Corporation of India. Now moving on, next question. The question says, which bank has collaborated with IIT Kanpur to launch FinTech Innovation Center at its campus? Which bank has collaborated with IIT Kanpur to launch FinTech Innovation Center at its campus? Here the options are A. Canara Bank, B. Punjab National Bank, C. Indian Bank, D. ICICI Bank. In none of these. So the right answer is option B, Punjab National Bank. PNB has partnered with IIT Kanpur and the Foundation of Innovation and Research in Science and Technology. That is first, we'll call it as first. The abbreviation of first is Foundation for Innovation and Research in Science and Technology to set up this FinTech Innovation Center, FIC, we'll call it as FIC, at their institute campus, that is IIT Kanpur campus. And if you haven't yet subscribed my channel, please subscribe my Invoting YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest notification to your mobile. Thanks for watching. Thank you. Jai Hind.